The NFL is supposed to be a game of rules, structure, and strategy. But every now and then, something happens that looks more like chaos than football. This past season, the league gave us plays so wild that fans had to rewind their TVs just to make sure they weren't seeing things. Today, we're looking at 20 of the craziest plays of the 2024 season. Moments that left defenses stunned, fans speechless, and announcers losing their voices. It's only right that we start with Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs faced 4th and goal, the game on the line. Everyone in the stadium knew it was make or break. Mahomes rolled out, scanning left then right, defenders crashing down. With no clear window, he threw across his body, an impossible angle, and somehow threaded it for the score. Announcers were yelling, fans were jumping, and even defenders looked at each other like, how did that just happen? Mahomes makes impossible look routine, and this play was the perfect opening act for a season of madness. Every wide receiver dreams about the long one, not a 10-yard slant, not a screen, a bomb downfield where you catch it and just keep running. For Justin Jefferson, that dream finally came true. Kirk Cousins, or the Vikings quarterback under center, looked off the safety and let it fly. Jefferson got separation, pulled it in around the 3-yard line of his own end, and took off. 97 yards later, he was in the end zone, untouched. After the game, Jefferson said, "I always dreamed of breaking a 90-plus yarder. As soon as I saw nothing but green grass, I told myself, don't you dare get tackled." The crowd exploded. Social media? Even louder. Clips went viral instantly, and for Jefferson, it was the stuff of childhood backyard football dreams. Sometimes you need to remind people this isn't Madden. But Jameson Williams did the opposite. He made the NFL look like a video game. Mid-play, as a defender lowered his shoulders, Williams went full Olympic hurdler, jumping clean over him. The craziest part? He kept running, didn't stumble, didn't hesitate, just kept sprinting like jumping over another human was no big deal. Announcers screamed, "Oh my God, he really jumped over a grown man." Fans posted clips from every angle. Teammates on the sideline couldn't stop laughing. Plays like this don't just go viral, they become memes for the whole season. When you think quarterback, you think arm talent. But Josh Allen, he runs like a linebacker wearing number 17. Against the Chiefs, Allen rolled out, faked left, and tucked the ball. What happened next didn't look like a quarterback run. It looked like Marshawn Lynch's beastquake. Defender after defender bounced off him. Some tried arm tackles, some went low. None of it worked. Allen powered his way inside the 5, then across the goal line. By the end of the run, even the Chiefs defenders just shrugged like, "We can't stop this man." Fans immediately called it the play of the year. And honestly, they weren't wrong. You've seen pile pushes. You've seen linemen shove their running back into the end zone. But this was next level. Denver's Javonte Williams was stopped at the 2-yard line. Normally, that's the end of the play. But suddenly, 4 of his teammates surrounded him, literally lifted him, and carried him into the end zone. 5 players scoring at once. It was part rugby scrum, part moving company, and 100% insane. Even the refs looked confused for a second before signaling touchdown. Every season, one player sets the bar for speed. In 2024, that honor went to the Dallas Cowboys. On a routine run that turned into anything but, a Cowboys player hit 22.0 miles per hour. That's not just fast. That's Olympic sprinter fast. GPS trackers showed it was the fastest run by any Cowboy in nearly a decade. By the time defenders realized what was happening, they were already chasing nothing but dust. When you hit 22 miles per hour in pads, you're not just fast, you're untouchable. Football coaches love to preach ball security. Don't fumble, don't drop the snap. But one team flipped that on its head. Their quarterback intentionally bobbled the snap. The defense froze, thinking turnover, but that was the trap. He scooped it back up and launched a touchdown strike. It was the NFL's first ever planned turnover play. Fans online went nuts. Some called it genius, others called it reckless. But either way, it worked. And it's in the record books forever. Lamar Jackson has a knack for chaos. Against the Bengals, he bobbled the snap, dropped the ball, and looked finished. But instead of disaster, it turned into magic. Lamar picked it up, spun off a defender like a rag doll, and threw a bullet into the end zone for 6. Announcers were screaming, Lamar was laughing. He even high-fived random staffers on the sideline, guys who didn't even work for his team. It was pure backyard football, and Lamar made it look easy. Kyler Murray isn't tall, but he might be the slipperiest player in the league. On this play, he kept the ball on a read option and torched the defense for a long touchdown. But it wasn't the run that made it legendary. It was the celebration. As he crossed the goal line, Murray slowed down, turned his head, and stared straight back at defenders chasing him. It wasn't just scoring, it was taunting. Fans loved it. Defenders, not so much. Even Tom Brady called it disrespectful. Which means, of course, it was perfect. Sauce Gardner is elite. But the NFL is humbling. Against a big tight end, Sauce went in for a tackle and just bounced off. The TE kept running, turning what should have been a stop into a highlight. Fans didn't hold back. Social media lit up with Sauce's too small memes, people calling him a little boy. It wasn't fair, but it's how the NFL works. One bad play, and the internet never forgets. You'd think by now defenders would stop trying to tackle Derrick Henry high. But they don't learn. Against Dallas, Henry took a handoff, stiff-armed two defenders into the turf, and sprinted. The run went down as the longest in Baltimore Ravens history. The crowd lost their minds. Henry wasn't just running, he was rewriting record books, one carry at a time. Some fans had never even heard of it. The fair catch kick rule lets you attempt a field goal after calling for a fair catch on a punt. No snap, no rush, just a straight kick. It hadn't been converted since the 1970s. Until this year. The Chargers lined up, their kicker launched it, and history was made. The crowd was stunned silent, then roared once the refs signaled good. One of the rarest plays in football was back. Not every crazy play is planned. A running back was going low, expecting contact. But instead, he flipped. Literally. He did a front flip, cleared the defender, and landed in the end zone. After the game, he admitted, "I didn't mean to do that. My back hurt for days, but it didn't matter." The highlight had already gone viral, replayed 1,000,000 times across TikTok, Instagram, and SportsCenter. Flushed out, throwing off his back foot, the quarterback launched a knuckleball into triple coverage. 9 times out of 10, that's an interception. But not this time. The receiver fought through traffic, took a brutal hit, and still came down with it. Helmet almost flew off. Crowd went ballistic. The quarterback smiled like even he couldn't believe it worked. Sometimes miracles happen in football. This was one of them. Javonte Turpin doesn't just run, he glitches the game. On a kickoff return, he spun once, twice, then a third time. Every defender whiffed. He was gone. Fans compared it to hitting the B button in Madden. 3 spins, 3 misses, and nothing but daylight. NFL legends watching said it was one of the most ridiculous open field plays they'd ever seen. The Chiefs were undefeated, but it all came down to one field goal. Their opponent lined up for the game winner. The snap was clean, the kick was up, and it was blocked. Kansas City kept their perfect record alive, tied a franchise win streak, and sent their fans into pure chaos. For one moment, Arrowhead wasn't just loud, it was shaking. Fantasy football managers still argue about this play. On a broken pass, the receiver lateraled back to Allen. Allen tucked it, ran, and scored. So, was it a passing touchdown? A rushing touchdown? The answer, both, in one play. Some fantasy leagues counted double. Some didn't. Fans complained it ruined their playoff runs. But either way, it was an NFL first. The Odell Beckham Jr. one-hander is legendary. This year, we saw 2 plays that felt like rewinds. Cam Taylor-Britt pulled down an interception with one hand, twisting his body midair. Later, Garrett Wilson snagged a touchdown with just one hand while tiptoeing the sideline. Fans instantly said, "We just saw OBJ twice." Hail Marys are rare. Hail Marys that actually work? Almost unheard of. With the game on the line, the quarterback launched one deep. It bounced off defenders, ricocheted, and fell into Noah Brown's hands. The stadium erupted. The Bears collapsed. That loss started a 10-game losing streak and cost their coach his job. One play didn't just decide a game, it reshaped a franchise. And finally, the craziest play of the season. Saquon Barkley caught a short pass, slipped 2 tackles, spun around, and then did the impossible. He hurdled backwards. A reverse hurdle, something no one had ever seen before. Defenders looked confused. Fans lost their minds. Announcers called it the most athletic move they'd ever seen from a running back. The play went viral instantly. Even celebrities reposted it. And Madden developers confirmed they patched Barkley's reverse hurdle into the game. This wasn't just the craziest play of the season. It was a moment that